Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, YouTube. As you can see behind me is definitely evening here in Wisconsin. It's about 8:15 p.m. I just got in from an event in Milwaukee. We were outside, 9 degrees. That's better than what it was yesterday morning, which was negative 14. For those of you who are visiting my channel, I want to say hello and welcome. For those of you who are subscribers to my channel, I want to say thank you for your continued support. For those of you who have been following my channel, you know that you're following me on my journey of writing my memoir. One of the things I talked about in a couple of videos were the things I had requested from the state of Michigan. One of the things I did request from the state of Michigan was my brother's death certificate. On March 8th, 2021, it would be 42 years that my brother has been deceased. As a child, no one really could tell me why my brother died. I remember looking in my aunt's photo albums and seeing newspaper articles about my brother's death. Still, like, kind of suspicious on why he died. My mother gives me her suspicion. She thinks that he took some medication by accident. At the time, we were in foster care. So we were in the care of foster parents when he died. And so I requested my brother's death certificate. I asked for the long version of the death certificate. So the long version is supposed to have more information about that person's health. Again, he was the day before we turned 4, so he was only 4 years old. So I'm not sure what all would be included. This is the envelope that came today in the mail. Okay. And it is from Michigan Department of Health and Human Services in Lansing, Michigan. I have not opened it yet. Okay, so I haven't opened it. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little nervous because this envelope is really thin, so I'm not sure what is in here. I know it's a death certificate, but I'm not sure how much information I'm gonna have in addition to just the death certificate because I asked for the long version and it's, again, a pretty thin. It might be 2 sheets of paper in here. So I'm gonna open it. I requested this death certificate on December 10th, and I'm just now receiving it, and it is February the 8th. So it's definitely 1 sheet of paper. So his date of death, 3/8/79, which was the day before our 4th birthday. So I see our parents listed on here. It looks like my brother's cause of death was, I'm going to try to pronounce this, Meningo-Encephalitis. Okay, and he was in the hospital for 2 days before he died. According to this, it said he died inpatient. He was inpatient, and this copy is really, I don't know if you can really see this. This copy it's just not a good copy. It was probably, I'm sure, copied off a microfiche because it was almost 42 years ago. So I'm sure that the copy is just an old copy that they probably get off microfiche, but it has the state seal. I can feel the raised seal on it, but some of the things are hard to see on this. So the print is very small, but it says 2 days here, and is across from the immediate cause of death. So I'm assuming that means he was in the hospital for 2 days before he passed. He did die at 11 p.m., which would have been 1 hour before he turned 4. So he died 1 hour before our 4th birthday. I do remember my mother telling me that through the years, so to see that definitely resonates. My mother also told me that she didn't know where he was buried. And she made that statement to me a couple days ago because I was talking to her about waiting on the death certificate, how it waited so long. And I was, really hoping it would come soon. And she said, I don't know where he's buried. And I was told that on a death certificate, it says where the body was laid to rest. And so that is on here, so I can let my mother know that he was buried at Metropolitan Park in Sumter Township, Michigan. Stinson Funeral Home took care of the funeral, a very popular funeral home in Michigan. And I do have a question for my mother because I don't know if she actually attended his funeral or not. I believe she was still in prison at the time that he passed, because I know we were in foster care. We were still in custody of the state. So I don't know if she attended the funeral. I don't know if I attended the funeral. I don't know anything about his funeral. So I'm going to ask her about that. I'm going to do a follow-up interview again with her tomorrow for about 30 minutes. I have a couple other questions to ask her and just see if she can tell me those things about my brother's funeral and if she went and if I went. Apparently this illness that he died of is something that affects the brain. So it causes swelling on the brain, basically what this diagnosis is. Swelling of the brain or the membrane surrounding the brain. And this could be caused by infection, bacterial infection, viral infections. I think I read somewhere also different immune, like if your immune system is down, different immunity type conditions, this could be a result of that as well. So I do now know the cause of my brother's death. The immediate cause is this Meningo-Encephalitis, but I don't know what caused that. And maybe that's something I just won't know. But I will spell out in the description of this video what he died of, and I also post a link that talks about what it actually is. But I want to say thank you, everyone, for listening as I talked about my journey of learning the cause of my brother's death. It gives me some closure to know that he did die from swelling on the brain. I do know he died an hour before our 4th birthday. I do know he was in a hospital for 2 days before he died. He was actually buried on March 14th, so he was actually buried 6 days after he died. So these are some things I do know that I didn't know before. This condition also is preventable. It was something that could be treated if it's caught early. So I'm not sure why it wasn't caught early enough for it to be prevented. Maybe by the time they realized my brother was sick, it was just too late to treat. Maybe they tried to treat it for those 2 days he was in the hospital, but it wasn't soon enough. So thank you again for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please post those. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that. That'll be really cool. And I will be with you again soon. Stay safe and stay well. Take care.